Top of the morning, big man.
What's up, G?
What's going on, man?
Another day.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry about that last video. The wind messed it up. So I said, let me get with bro and redo this video because you had a lot of interesting things to say and a lot of people want to hear what you had to say. But for the new viewer, but for the people that don't know you, the people that didn't get a chance to look at the video, tell them your name, your age, and where you're from.
How y'all doing? My name Teco Malone, 26 years old, from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Okay, bro. You say right here from Greensboro. So what's going on, man? I don't really want to say the same thing that we said last time, but if you want to talk about it, then we can. But let's start with your childhood again. Grew up in a two-parent household?
Yeah, as far as in my childhood, grew up in like a pretty tight house, probably like 8 people in the household. My grandma was like a widow. She was taking care of us most of the time. My grandpa, like, yeah, it was me, my grandma, my grandpa, my 2 uncles, and my 3 sisters.
Your 3 sisters. So your mom wasn't there?
Yeah, my mom wasn't there at the time.
Or your father?
Nah, my father wasn't there. He was in prison at the time.
Okay, your father was in prison.
Yes, sir.
And why your mom wasn't there?
I guess she was just out running the streets at the time, however.
Yeah, so how did that affect your childhood, knowing that, I mean, even though sometimes we be surrounded by love with our grandparents and our sisters and brothers, and we might not really feel it right then, but as we get older and we mature, we realize that mama wasn't there for a reason. Because did you ever feel like she chose the streets over you? You ever feel neglected or anything like that?
I ain't gonna lie, when I was young, I used to feel like neglected, like, man, my mom don't love me, she ain't coming back for me. But as I start to grow up and, you know, experience stuff in life, I started to understand, like, what my mom was going through. And, you know, like, it wasn't right or whatever, but I understood, and, you know, I love my mom, and I still respect her to this day.
Right.
You know, when you have an addiction, sometimes it's hard to shake that.
So your mom had an addiction?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So did you live with your grandparents your entire youth, or did you go, you know?
Like, as far as in, like, the earlier years, I can't remember as far as that, but around that time period, I was in elementary school. I was going to Fraser Elementary, and my mom wasn't really around that much at the time. My grandma was just taking care of us.
But I understand how it is, man. I went through things as a child myself, and as a child, I didn't understand a lot of things. But as I grow older, I realized, hey, people are human beings. Everybody got their reason, they faults, this, that. It might not be the reason we think as a kid. When we get older, we're like, nah, that wasn't why that happened. Because then we're looking from a grown person's perspective. But I understand. So what's up with, other than that, how was your childhood, though?
So basically, like, with my mom not being in our life like that, people weren't really to keep us up to par, like our clothing, our hair and stuff. So with that being said, of course, we had to still go to school, going to school, teachers, counselors and stuff, seeing how we look and coming to school. So then people start, like, investigating and stuff like that, coming by the house. My mom wasn't never there. You know, the house was always too packed, so they felt like it wasn't a good environment to be bringing up kids. So DSS got involved, of course. Like, one day they end up coming to the school. I'm in class. A couple people at the door, they call my name. They like, Teco Malone. They like, pack your stuff, you going to a better place. So I'm like, I ain't know what was going on. I just packed my bags and did what I was told. Like, as I'm going down the hallway, all I hear is my sisters crying and stuff. And I run around the corner, I hear my sisters crying. I'm like, what's wrong? They like, they taking us from mama, they taking us. I'm like, calm down, sis. They like, locked down the whole school, like, wouldn't let my mom into school. My mom, my grandma, and grandpa showed up to the school trying to come and get us. They shut the school down, wouldn't let them in. They like yanking on the doors trying to get in. We end up letting my mom and grandpa in by sneaking around them, opening the door, let them in. Whole bunch of commotion going on, they arguing and stuff. My mom grabbed us and stuff. We heading out to the van. She put us all in the van. My grandpa, he like, well, actually one of the DSS workers was like, they was like, you can't leave with these kids, they not in your custody no more. And she put us all in the van, and my grandpa looked at my mama and was like, he was like, I can't go to jail. He said, I'm an old man. And that's when my mama looked at us and was like, she was like, I'm gonna come back for y'all. I'm gonna come back. Mama promised. And, a couple times, we had a couple meetings with my mom down at the DSS where she would bring meals for us and come and meet with us. But then over a period of time, it's like it started to fade. I don't know what happened, but we start not to really see my mom as much as we used to.
Right. Dang, that's tragic. I'm sorry you had to go through all that at a young age. So when y'all went to DSS, did y'all end up going to foster homes? All y'all went to the same,
So when they sent us to DSS, because my mom have 6 kids, all right, so they put me and my youngest sister in the placement, my other 2 sisters in the placement together, and they split my 2 oldest brothers up because they was more advanced. They placed them in group homes. But once they found out I was in care, my dad had stepped in and decided that he would step up to the plate and get custody of me. Like, I was like, that's cool or whatever, but I didn't like the fact of leaving my little sister in the care of other people that I didn't know. So I was like, man, I'm not leaving my little sister there. Right. I told them, I was like, see what y'all can do. See if they'll take my little sister. They called the other people that took my other 2 sisters. They was like, man, are y'all willing to take one more? They was like, who is she? They was like, it's they littlest sister. And they was like, yeah, we'll take her. And I was like, well, that worked out perfect, man. Right. They end up adopting all 3 of my sisters.
Man. So you stepped up in the time and was there for your sister. So what type of relationship you got with that little sister now?
Man, we got a great bond. Actually, man, my sister just passed. She the only female in her CDL class to get a perfect score. Yep,
man,
she about to be driving trucks.
Exam, huh?
100. The only female.
That's what's up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the let me see that thing. Let's talk about the thing on your leg first.
Yeah, man, they got this little ugly box on me.
I see you got the box on there.
Yeah, man.
you got all black, so you really can't see it that good. Cause you got no. You ain't gotta do all that. I'm just saying though, but you having them all black, it's good to be out here in society because
right, they can't see it.
Unless they really be sweating you or looking down on you like that. But let's talk about your young years when you started, being adventurous, going to the streets, dibbling, dabbling, hanging with the wrong crowd. How old was you?
So, basically, I ain't jump off the porch and start being into the streets until I was at least 18. Never knew nothing about the street life. I always had brothers that was in the street that was advanced. I always loved my brothers and I just wanted to be with them. So I always used to come back to the hood just to reconnect with my brothers. Never was like a street person or whatever, but that's how I ended up getting trapped into the street life, trying to chase my brothers, being around them, trying to be like them.
Right, so when y'all left our DSS and you finally was old enough to travel and go see your siblings on your own,
yeah,
you were so happy to see your motherfucker. You so happy to see your brother. You like, man, I get the city bus.
Man, I was on house arrest at the time too. I was in a placement in Old Forest, right there behind Southeast School.
Yeah.
And of course, that's not even in a bus route. I get out of school around 4 something. Of course, curfew is at 6. The bus get me home around 5 something.
Yeah.
I got literally an hour. I'm running, doing everything I can to get down there to my brothers and them to see them.
Just to see them.
Just to see them,
that's
man.
Love,
I just
bro.
love family, man. Like, I didn't like the fact of being separated from them, man.
Right.
I would do anything to get back to them.
That's right. That's how it should be. So so you said 18. That's when you started going to the streets. You started getting in trouble and shit like that.
Like when I was 18, I started being in the streets, started smoking weed or whatever. I ain't really started getting in trouble until I was like 20 something. That's because I had picked up the weed habit or whatever, and then I started stealing and stuff to support my habits or whatever. So that's how I end up being in the streets and getting in trouble.
Smoking weed, which led to doing the petty crimes, going to jail and shit like that.
Yes, sir.
So you ever been in prison?
Yes, sir. I did my first bid in 2019.
How much time you do?
I did 18 months for a common law robbery.
Common law robbery?
Yes, sir.
They have anything to do with addiction?
No, sir.
So at this time, all you were doing smoking marijuana?
Yes, sir.
And you just out here in the streets and just trying to get money however you can get it?
I was just doing petty stealing and stuff, trying to support my little weed habit at the time. But when I went to prison or whatever, that's when I had started experimenting with other drugs.
Like what?
K2.
K2, that's y'all know what K2 is. K2 is like the synthetic marijuana that but it make you hallucinate for real. Cause people in prison, they be tweaking out on that shit,
Yeah.
going crazy, losing their mind, and
I done watch people bust their head open.
Yeah.
People talk to themselves, all kinds
that's
of crazy
right.
stuff.
Be walking down the hall butt naked and they put them on suicide watch. They just go crazy off of it. So how has it affected you?
I ain't gonna lie, like I'm a real strong-minded person, and I've been doing it for so long that it never really affected me in like a bad way. I can't admit sometimes I be having like a short-term memory where I might forget something, like might be at work doing something and I might need to go get some supplies, walk in the back and forget what I went back there for. I have to go back to where I was at and be like, man, what was I thinking about?
Right. So you trying to tell me you ain't never tweaked out?
Yeah.
Tweaked out mean having an episode that you got them, you hallucinate, go crazy or something.
I mean, I guess I could say I probably had like one or two kind of tweak encounters. One of them one day, like I smoked and somehow I end up on the kitchen floor with a gallon of milk. Yeah. My girlfriend in there, like, all I remember is looking up at her. She like pulling me like, babe, get up, like, get off the floor. I'm like, can't move though. I'm like in a trance or something, like stuck. And that was like one encounter.
You couldn't move? What you mean you couldn't move?
I couldn't move. Like my eyes and stuff was there. My brain
eyes
was there.
Your eyes and your brain functioning, but your body ain't responding to your brain.
The body at all.
Your body ain't responding to the brain.
Like, and she was literally like pulling me, like trying to get me up, and it's like dead weight. I couldn't even move.
Dang. How long that last? Couple minutes.
Honestly, I can't tell you because I wasn't in my right mind.
That's right.
I was down on the floor, and my girlfriend was trying to bring me back.
Right. Wow.
But that was one encounter, and then I had another one day. I was sitting on the porch, and it was like I stood up, and it felt like a force had sat me down or something. And I was like, I couldn't move again, just my eyes. And like I'm moving my eyes, I heard like a little voice in my head or something. Body started shaking and stuff. I thought I was having like a encounter with somebody or something.
What you mean by with like
something?
Superpower or something?
Some
God or something?
Higher power. That's what I believe.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I was tweaking or whatever, but believe I was having a conversation with a higher power.
Oh yeah. To this day, you still believe it?
Man, still to this day.
I mean, it ain't funny because I understand. You feel me? That shit wild. I see. Hey, so many dudes having those stories. When they was in prison, it'd be something similar to yours, but it seemed like I'll be hallucinating stories. But well, that's what's up, man. So what you on house? What you got the house arrest thing right now for?
I'm actually on house arrest because I'm complying with an SRG program.
Right. What's the SRG program?
Basically, it's a program that get the gang stuff off of me.
So they got you labeled as a gang member. Are you really a gang member? No.
No, sir.
So but by your history, affiliated, hanging, they'll just put you on that program just for being in the wrong environment. Anything.
Like basically, you could be in the county, and if they see you keep using the phone that certain people using, they gonna think you with them. If they see you hanging around a certain crowd, they gonna think you. So
if you have any affiliation with any type of gang member, they gonna classify you as a gang member.
Yes, sir.
That's how it works, ain't it? Mm-hmm. You got people out here that don't know nothing about gangs, but because they friends with this person, know this person growing up, and you speak to them, now you're labeled as a gang member.
Yes, sir.
So that's what got you on that.
Yes, sir.
How long you gotta be on it?
Gotta be on it for 9 months.
How long you been on it now?
Actually, I only been on it for probably a month now.
Oh, so you got 8 more months on it?
Yes, sir. I'm fresh.
So let me ask you something. Is it keeping you out of trouble? Because if you got to be in at a curfew at a certain time, that means that if you're complying like you're supposed to, that means you don't got so much idle time to be out here running the streets doing drugs and getting in trouble and all that shit. So
yes, sir.
Is it helping you or not?
Yeah, it's helping me a lot because I work 6 to close, and of course the curfew start at 6. So I'm at work at that time, and when I get off at 1:30, I got to report straight to the house. So I'm not doing anything really. I'm just going to work and going home.
Right. So what are your plans moving forward? Like, are you seem like a smart, intelligent dude. You're articulate. I want to know if you are you preparing to build a life that's gonna get you out the hood? You preparing to stay here? Are you tired of, I mean, like, you don't seem like you're too far. It looks like you're doing a whole lot of bad, violent crimes, and you ain't out here doing a whole lot of fentanyl and all these other drugs. But you still got some things that you need to work on.
Yes, sir.
Just like me. I ain't no better than you. I got some things I need to work on too. But I'm constantly trying to strive and better myself every day to make myself a better person, get me out my current situations. So I want to know, are you tired or are you trying to better yourself?
I'm always looking for the better opportunity. Never content, man. I always know it's better out here. Keep striving, go hard, push yourself to your limit.
So what's your short-term goals right now?
Right now, I got a brand I want to come out with. I want to start my own brand called Fetish.
Fetish?
Yes, sir.
What kind of brand?
T-shirt brand.
Oh, you talking about clothing line?
Yes, sir.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I want to start my own brand.
Listen,
It's
bro.
gonna be called Fetish.
I asked you that because I actually got some the machines, the
Man, this
the heat
brand
transfer
gonna go
machines.
viral.
Listen, man. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I got a lot of equipment that I was doing the t-shirt thing for
Man,
my
I got great ideas
for my TikTok page. I was trying to sell t-shirts and stuff like that, but it didn't work out for me because the money was too slow.
Mm-hmm.
But I still got all that equipment. So maybe after this interview, you could talk about a little business deal.
Yeah, we can collab.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I got all the equipment. You got the brain. I got them. I can be the force behind it now. you got the brain. But yeah, man. So I see that you're on the right track, man. You're on the right path, man. I look forward to getting to know you a little bit. We're gonna keep the people updated on your current situation because they was asking about you. That's why I came back out here to do a retake of this video. Mm-hmm. Hopefully the wind ain't gonna mess this video up this time. You know what I mean? But you have any regrets?
Nah, I don't have any regrets because I believe everything happened for a reason. Learn from your mistakes.
That's right. Long as you learn from your experiences, then it's a lesson learned.
Yes, sir.
Before we end this interview, in case there's a young person going through the DSS system, going through the foster home systems, a parent that's on the wrong path, and DSS is about to come take their kids, what type of advice would you give a parent and the kid?
All right, I'm gonna start with the kid first. I want to tell you, never forget who your family is. Always know who you are. Always love your family no matter what, because people make mistakes. People going through stuff out here. Always love your family. Family is important. As far as in the parents, you're gonna get out that situation. Love your kids. Push yourself. Go get them. They love you. They need you.
Right.
Kids need their parents.
That's
right.